Hi guys. Happy Saturday morning. This is Sabrina Childress. Without my partner LC today, just coming at you guys with a bit of advice. Just the things that have been going on this week. It's been a crazy week. It's been an awesome week. Um in the public relations space. And I just wanted to jump on here for a little bit and explain something. So I've had a few requests lately for authors needing or seeking public relations, and I'd love to do it because, of course, some of you guys may know I'm a publicist myself, but in my publicist journey, I also published five books. So, and those five books have done very well for the time that they're alive, and they're still alive today. So, those necessary thorns and um, Giggles in the Park, and so on and so forth. So you can check all that out. It's under my actual name, Sabrina Childress. Um, and books have shelf life, right? So I haven't written in a couple of years. I'm actually in the throes of writing two books simultaneously: a children's book about Sammy the squirrel, and and a thriller. So, that being said, I have been noticing that there is an uptick or trend in independent authors seeking help, which rightfully so, with companies that you are paying exponential amounts to do what you could do yourself and then go to them for some additional things. So I'm just going to start with this. My first suggestion, if you're going to be an independent author, is to get some of these things out of the way, get some of the legwork, the groundwork, all that stuff out of the way for yourself, and then find somebody to, or spend your dollars, I should say, marketing or publishing. Find a company or organization, an agency that can publicize and market or brand your book, because there are so many resources on the internet that can help you publish, you just have to put in the extra legwork. Now, don't get me wrong. If you don't want to do that, that's completely okay. That's totally okay. Nothing wrong with that. By all means, do what's best for you. However, if you're interested in saving a few dollars, then listen up. Okay. So one of my first concerns is your IBSN. Your IBSN, that little number, right? It's like a library number. It's not a library number, but it's a number that attaches your title and the author to a specific book, right? In the catalog, right? And so I'm always concerned that people, independent authors, let me be specific, go on, for example, Amazon, because they've got their manuscript and they're ready to go, and they, upload it. And then, of course, Amazon says, hey, do you want us to provide you with that IBSN? And most people say, yes, yes, because it's like 99 cents or, whatever, $10, whatever it is. And they say yes, and they move forward, and, because they're anxious to get their book out. And that's fine. Again, if that's what you want to do. However, I caution against this because you need to own your IBSN, right? It's not that expensive to go on to the actual official IBSN website and buy a pack, 1, 2, 10, a pack of 100 IBSN numbers, because here's why. Every time you publish a new version of your book, hard copy, soft copy, ebook, video, whatever the case may be, audiobook, you need a new IBSN number. And if you're constantly buying those numbers from other companies, those companies initially own those numbers. They're kind of reselling them to you in a way. But again, make sure you own it. Just go and buy it directly from IBSN and then upload your own. You have control over it. Just my advice. Also, when you're looking for an editor, try to find an editor that does it all. And when I say does it all, most people go look for an editor that is going to check for grammar, spelling, punctuation. Those are very important things. When I wrote my first book, oh my gosh, I did it myself because I was like, I know how to write. I know AP style. And then I was like, oh, that second draft didn't work out so well. So I found what I thought was, an inexpensive option um, of an editor, and they did a horrible job. I blindly trusted it. I put the first copy out there, and it was rocked with mistakes. And I shouldn't have done that. So that was an error that I'm explaining to you where I failed at, but I learned my lesson. So from that point on, thank you God for Sylvia Mills uh, and Marcy Ordez, because these two women are stellar individuals, and they've done stellar editing on my books in the past. Sylvia, especially being in the education field, literature, language arts, so on and so forth. So thank you, Sylvia. She is worth every dime, every penny. You will bless your days for her. Okay. But also, in that space, right? Like I said, I learned my lesson because I went for a cheap editor. The editor was supposed to look out for grammar, punctuation, spelling, so on and so forth, but they didn't look for continuity. And that killed me because I didn't even realize that I had inadvertently duplicated a portion of a chapter later on in the book, word for word. And this person just never said anything. I don't even know if they saw it. I don't even know if they read it. I don't know. They never said anything. So that first run went out with that error. And when people in this book club, is a very, very big book club for African American women, got a hold of my book, oh my goodness, they let me know for sure, like, what the issues were. So again, editing is important, but don't just go for the grammar. Make sure you're working with the editor that goes for continuity, flow. They can tell you like, hey, this doesn't make sense. This part right here needs to be moved over there, in addition to, the basic thing. So that's another tidbit. And I'm going to give you one more and then hop off. So like I said, I'm going to make it short. When you are looking for someone to publicize your book, market, brand it, advertise it, make sure that you have something to say, right? Like, again, it is a major deal to write a book. Not everybody can do it. Everybody thinks they can, but it is not for the faint of heart. Okay. So kudos to you if you've done that, and if you're in the throes of doing it, and if you're almost at the finish line, if you're at the finish line, God bless you, because again, I've been there a number of times. I know how it goes. Creativity is really a thing, right? It's a lot of energy. However, once you're at that point, I want you to remember that if whatever you're writing is not lending something or fixing a problem, um, it's going to be a little hard to publicize it, okay, in the sense of public relations. You can advertise it all day long. You can brand it all day long, which is, who you are as an author. But make sure it has a point. There's a moral. Make sure, you're not just writing something that doesn't give anything back to the reader, because your reader wants to know, like, man, why is this book of interest to me, and why should I read it, right? Like, why? And if I went ahead and purchased it, what does it add to me? Does it, give me some sense of life? Is there, what is the moral? What is the message that you're getting across, to trying to get across in your writings? If you don't know what that is, and you're just like, well, I just wanted to write a children's book and it's great. No, what problem does it solve? And if it only solves a problem for you, that doesn't help anybody, right? And now, just so I want to be clear, make sure your message is clear. Moral of the story, make sure your message is clear. Make sure it has a point, and that point is very connected to the topic or the subject matter, okay? And finally, I will leave you with this. Yesterday, there was a gentleman by the name of Anthony Chu who was walking around my neighborhood, and I didn't meet him. I saw him walking, and the only reason I know his name is because he left this in the door of my house, okay? And when I tell you, I was so excited about this. I was so excited about it. I'm going to put it up there one more time. Look at that. He literally wrote on an index card his information, okay, and put it in as many. I don't know how many he had. He had a little stack of them, and then put them in all the the houses or whatever up and down the street. Maybe for a few blocks. I don't know. I've never met the man in person. But this was I love this just for the genuineness of it. Like it was like, listen, I don't know if the man has an advertising budget or marketing budget or anything like that, but he took an index card and he said, here's my name, here's the title of my book. This is where you can find it online. Okay. Basically, like, go get my book. This is my card. I went and got this book. I went and bought this book. I bought the digital copy. It is a children's book. I don't have any children. I don't even have any young godchildren anymore. But I just bought it because of this. I gotta respect it. Salute to you. Now, Mr. Anthony Chu, if you see this or hear this this message, please contact me because we can't find you. I found you on Amazon and Google Books, obviously because of once you again upload that IBSN, all of that digital information goes out to the book masses, right? But you don't have a website, you don't have a LinkedIn, you don't have an Instagram. You don't have a TikTok we can find. You don't have a Facebook page we can find. There is literally no contact information for this man. So guess what, Anthony? If I wanted to bring you onto my podcast, if I wanted to interview you, if I wanted to help your cause in PR, I can't do that. You gave me everything, but not even email. No phone number. No website. There. And by the way, you didn't even put a company or author bio on your Amazon page or Barnes and Noble page or any page for that matter where your book is listed. There's no author bio. Your author bio tells us about you, but it also tells us where to find you, how to follow you, what's your next event. Tell us something. So please, you all, when you are out here, I get it. You want to get it out there. You want to tell the world, and I respect this. I respect his gangster. Let me tell you, I'm okay with it. I just need you guys to remember that you need to create a checklist. And if you don't have one, go ahead and email me. You can DM me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, or you can go to my website, which is sabrinachildress.com, and send us a message. Or email contact@sabrinachildress.com. Please, please, please review your checklist. Make sure everything is done before you go out marketing, before you go out saying, I want a publicist. And this is what a publicist does. It's my job. Honestly, I look at like, hey, what's going on? What is your digital footprint? All that fun stuff. What is your story? And I can pick up on those pretty quickly. But I just, again, I hope you all are doing well. I wish you the best. Thanks so much. Please subscribe or watch or like or share. Good enough to fail. Again, I am a 5-time author, so I independently, and I can tell you the pitfalls. I can tell you major, the big 5 and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, I'll probably come back with a little series of things for you guys at some point. It's just been crazy hectic and in a good way. So, but yeah, thanks for listening. And if this helped you, drop a comment. If you need some advice, drop a, hey, message me or something like that in the comments, and go ahead and share. But you guys enjoy your weekends, okay? And I'm going to keep sipping my tea and enjoying mine. All right. Thanks so much. Have a great day.